but it's the closest thing to my political group. But there's people who agree with me who are ethnic minorities. I mean, I know one guy. He's Jewish. He's Hispanic. And he's married to a black woman. He agrees with me. He agrees with me.
Again, my question though is, would you predominantly it consists of white people identifying as white Caucasian?
Americans? Oh my God, Americans talking to Americans. Can we stop with the racial identity politics for 10 seconds?
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, no, it was Mojo's point earlier about the white supremacy and the MAGA movements. I was just trying to, explore that further.
Yeah.
Let somebody who gets in here who's actually American and do not deal with ethnicity.
And like,
Astro, hold on, Astro. You said a lot. You said a lot, Astro. Okay, especially when you don't defend Israel. Then you say that you believe you're a Christian nationalist, which is very oxymoronic, kind of very crazy, because Jesus was actually a Jew. I don't know if you know that or not. So for you to actually make that statement crazy. And I also like to find out from you, who carries your economic portfolio? Or do you have an economic portfolio? I just want to know.
Well, I mean, I think a good historical Christian who did was G.K. Chesterton. He believed in interventionist economic theory. And he believed in, helping the working class, the average man.
He believed in borrowing and spending in fiat currency? G.K. Chesterton? Wow. Where in G.K. Chesterton did you read that?
Hold on, guys. What I just want to translate this to people that are listening. When he says economic interventionist, what he meant to say was a fascist. But go ahead.
No, I wouldn't say that. G.K. Chesterton was a fascist, but I would say
his principles will literally Mussolini.
Exactly. Thank you, Brad. I didn't really say that, Brad.
Hold on. No, hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance to respond. Believe me, and I needed to take a few deep breaths while I was on mute, calm myself down. Look, the foolishness from the left is enough for me to deal with. But when the foolishness from the right starts bubbling up like this, when your economic policies are just as dangerous, if not worse than the left, we've got a real fucking problem here. And the problem is this. The problem is that, A, you don't know economics. You don't study it. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And what you're doing is you're leading with this idea of what you think the country should be. You think your version of Christianity, your version of what America should be, is what should be. So what you're saying is that you're an authoritarian, right? You're an authoritarian anti-capitalist, but you think that the Republican Party is the vehicle for you. Now, this is the thing that should scare Republicans. If this guy is right and there's more like him, and they're just like cockroaches. If you see one, there's probably a lot more. If an authoritarian that's a non-capitalist finds safe harbor in the Republican Party, you guys have a lot of soul searching to do.
And I would disagree with that characterization. I mean, Trump
Let
me just say this one thing. You can go back.
Sure. Go ahead.
What I would say is that Trump is proof that a modern economists are wrong. They're cringe. These free market Wall Street Journal people, they don't know what they're talking about. Tariffs, intervention in the economy is good and can bring about growth. And if I'm authoritarian for actually wanting intervention in the economy, then you have to say Trump is too. Go for it.
Yes. Well, no, hold on. Yes, Trump is an authoritarian. And you know who was an authoritarian before him? Biden. And you know who was an authoritarian before him? Trump. And you know who was an authoritarian before him? I could keep going. You have to go back to fucking Calvin Coolidge to find a U.S. president that wasn't an authoritarian. But Astro, I get that you see in Trump, you see this hope that this guy that's threatened by foreigners, this is your old nationalistic thing, threatened by people that don't think just like you. And so then you try to wrap it up in some fucking wacky idea that you understand economics. And what's crazy to me is, and I'm glad you're doing this. I'm glad everybody can see this, because when I say it, they say, oh, well, you just don't like Trump. Here's a guy that likes Trump. Right? He likes Trump, and he openly acknowledges that he's not a capitalist, and he openly acknowledges that he wants more control over the economy, which basically makes him an economic fascist. And so what I hope you guys are hearing here is that what Astro sees is an ally in Trump that is anti-capitalist and has fascistic fucking viewpoints when it comes to taking over the economy.
I'm still like trying to wrap my head around where his religious ideology would warrant intervention in the economic sectors, like such as shutting down major employers such as Amazon, Walmart. Who else did he say? He said a litany of them. But
we can't.
like, and then saying that somehow this would promote economic prosperity, and then at the same time to reevaluate trade agreements on a global scale, and to somehow think we're going to get on top when you're really taking one of our top tier. Like there's tiers to like which nations we trade with that have like they help promote economic interests of the United States, and you're taking one of them that actually gives us safety, security, along with other things, and you're saying that is your first target. I don't know where the rest of your economic plan comes into play, but you're not sounding like a liberal. You're sure as hell not a conservative. You sound exactly like the progressives, like an AOC, like a Kamala. Roger's right, and I'm sorry, but you sound more like that. You're just adding Christianity and thinking that somehow you get cover under the conservative.
Astro, he's calling you a hypocrite and a fake patriot. Do you understand that your desire to borrow and spend and do economic intervention is anti-American and low IQ? It's stupid, Astro. Wake up.
Wait, hold on. Let's
I'm a Josh Hawley Republican. I'm sorry, guys. Those people are Republicans.
Hold on.
They're not free market capitalists.
Hold on. I know you're not a free market capitalist, and neither is Trump, and I'm glad you're pointing this out. I'm glad you're pointing this out. Shut the fuck up. I'm going to ask you a question, retard. Here's the question for you. In your economic nationalism, where are you going to get rubber from?
Trade. Regulated trade.
Wait, hold on. So you acknowledge that you might need rubber, right?
Well, I'm not against trading. You just got to do fair trade, not free trade.
Oh, fair trade. And fair trade is you putting your hand on the scale to create a tax that the consumers have to pay for. That's what you call fair trade?
No, you let the companies eat it up because they had the money to spend.
That's not what happens, though.
If you use the government to actually not increase prices, that is what happens.
Number 16.
That never happens. Are you saying that what
it's happening now under Trump? It's happening. Just Trump actually putting a little bit of pressure on these companies. That's why prices have not gone up significantly.
Wait. Hold on. So now you're telling me that you're for price controls?
I mean, you can do it different ways. You know, like it just depends.
Do you support price controls? Yes or no?
I'm not. I don't think there's anything wrong with the state pressuring companies to actually have affordable prices.
Do you support price controls? Yes or no?
I think that answers my question.
I think you're a fucking retard. I'm done with it. I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm.
That's true.
No, shut the fuck up, Lordness. I'm going to bring this guy back up in a second. I literally need to go walk the fucking dog. You guys have this fucking room. I'm going to come back. We'll shit down his neck a little bit more. But I swear to Christ, I'm going to have to take a goddamn blood pressure pill. This is fucking crazy. This is a fucking Republican. This is a Trump support. I hope you're listening. Brad, hello. Fucking Edward, hello. You people that are voting for Republicans, hello. What have I been telling you guys? What have I been telling you? That the Republicans are a bunch of anti-capitalists just like the fucking leftists. And you just fucking heard this guy advocating for this shit. I hope you guys heard this. I hope you heard it loud and clear. You guys think I make this shit up. You guys think I pull this shit out of my ass. Listen, I don't know why that fucking God put me on this earth to be the fucking voice of reason. Look, I'm not the fucking hero you deserve, but I'm the one you fucking got. You guys need to start listening listening to me. When I tell you that fucking Trump is an anti-capitalist, you need to fucking acknowledge it. Moving forward, hopefully you will understand that when I tell you these things,